Ho ho, how's it going? This here is a powerful lesson. We will be looking at loop-specific template tags. You already know what template tags are. Now we're going to look at ones that are specific to going inside the loop, which means they'll only work inside the loop, which means they'll only work between this if line that we put and this end line. Here, so they'll work in here. So that's what we're gonna do. This will be really powerful because right now we have our static text. The loop specific template tags will allow us to take the title, the images, the text, anything within here and connect it to the most common part of WordPress, which is making a post, right? That's usually what you do, you make new posts. All this stuff here gives us access with a few tags. So let's start by looking at the loop documentation because I always want you in this journey to see where I'm getting this information from. I'm not just making this up. I want to share this with you. I want you to be self-sufficient after this class. Sure, come on back. Anytime you can come back to these lessons, to these notes. If you want to come back, and go a little bit deeper or come to the WordPress site, I want you to know where I'm getting it from. All of this is on, WordPress.org and what they call the codex, which is the documentation. I mentioned that already. And if you just search for the loop, usually how I search WordPress, I just search in Google, the loop WordPress or something like that. You can even spell it wrong and I'll find it. Yeah, that's usually how I search. I don't even navigate through this site. So you're here, you forgot, what's the loop? In 3 months from now, you just do that and you come back. So the loop is gonna give us this whole, check this out. Oh my God, there's so many things on this page. Why did they make this so long? Oh my God, my fingers are tired from scrolling. These are all different examples. Here's an example that you can do with the loop. Here's an example of you can do with the loop. I mean, it's great if you want to go deep and you can read through it and it might give you some ideas and that's awesome. For our project, we want to use the most basic implementation of the loop. Lucky for you, there is something which I believe says something. For beginners, look at the loop in action. Yeah. So I'm going to open this up, hold down Command, open it up in a new tab, and here we go. So yeah, so much writing. Who wrote all this stuff? Okay. The loop. Begin the loop. We did this already, right? This is the if statement that we have. Ours is a little bit longer, but this is the basics of it, and this is the while at the end. I usually just copy and paste this out of my notes, really. That's just the easiest thing to do. There's a lot of variations on it. This is the one I'd recommend you use. But this is same variation on a theme, same idea. And they even have one in here. Where is this? Here it is. I like this. The world's simplest index page. This is a good one. Because this should look familiar to you. Again, variation on a theme. Check this out. Get header. We have our header coming in, right? We have our loop, if you can see that there, our if, our while, our post, our content. We're going to do these in a second. These are loop specific posts. But basically we have our loop, we have our sidebar, and we have our footer. This is just, again, like a template of the most basic one, and it shouldn't look that different to you from what we're already doing, okay? Just trying to draw connections so that you can go off and, I don't know, hunt for yourself or whatever. Okay, so we have that, and what you're gonna find if you go through all this stuff here is that there's loop-specific template tags. What I wanna do is make this a little easier for you because it turns out that you tend to use 6 to 12 of them often. There's a few that you use all the time, so instead of having to go through that whole site and read and find, I'm just gonna give you a cheat sheet of what I think are the ones that come up again and again. And hopefully this kind of at least gives you a starting point, and then in the future you can query and look can I do this, can I do that, whatever else. So let's look at the most basic ones for a simple loop. Here they are. We have loop specific template tags. They are the title, right? The content, yep. The excerpt, which is the same thing as the content, and let me show you. This is the content, what we write here. The excerpt's just a shortened version of that. We'll go through all this. Category, what category it's in, the author, who's the author, and the time it was published. Let's start there. So here's how we get started with these loop-specific template tags. And you want to have your workflow open, so take a second, get that open. Your Sublime and your fish, your duck, whatever it is, your animal, whatever animal you have. Get your dog ready and chill and. All right, what am I talking about? I don't even know. So we have our loop specific template tag. So here's how we do things with WordPress. We have our template here, And if you look, the title, this is really just some simple HTML editing you're doing. The title of our posts is Purd Programming. Funny, right? So we're going to take the title here, and we're just going to replace it with this template tag, title. Awesome. And we'll do one more, just to give you an idea. We'll do content. So we'll take the content, and everything that's between the... Actually probably want to take everything away here and just do a simple title and content right now. And we'll come back and we'll talk about images. But yeah, so for right now, let's just do title and content. So we're going to remove all of that, again, all of this content, because all of these p tags and images, we can do that here, right, in WordPress. So we really don't need too much of this. We just need the content. And again, there's not like a right or wrong. It's artistic. It's what you feel your project needs. But let's go with this. This is what I feel that we need right now. All right, so we got our title and content. Do that, and then follow me along to uploading our new changes to the site. So we just updated the index file. I'm gonna throw that in there. Okay. Refresh. So cool. So cool. Do you see what happened? So cool. This text now is coming from here, right? So we go to our posts. Any post that we have here, hello world, new post number 2, is here. Hello world, new post number 2. Although it looks like, as you can see, the content didn't come through correctly. So something isn't working there. I mean, the first question I would have is there content in here? Oh, there's no content here, but I don't think that's what it is. This is content. Let's take a look. Refresh. Oh, that's all it was. Okay. I was self-doubting myself. Okay, that is all it was. Yeah, so this just didn't have content, but you can see if you add it here now, it works, and that's pretty cool. So do that right now. Get caught up with the title and the content, and then go ahead and add the author here and the date, the time, right here. Go ahead and do that. And if you want to take a second, you can read through some of the if you want to like get a little more context, go for it. But that's what I want you to do now. So I'm going to stop talking and let you do that. Do it, and I'll see you in the next video.